in the handmade jewelry, the element of personal touch is there in every piece.
Welcome everyone, and we wish everyone a very joyous Navratri 2023. The sixth day of Navratri is of the goddess Katyani, and the suggested color for the day is green. Goddess Katyani is a form of Shakti, is a form of goddess Parvati, most violent manifestation.
Awards are part of the encouragement and support we provide to women in business. As a reminder, registration for the When India Awards 2023 is now open. And our today's guest, Ranjana, is our When India Awards 2022 winner as well.
Yes, Ranjana, I will request you to introduce yourself.
Hello and namaste to all. Hi Sejal. Hi Vandita. Thank you for having me over for a chat on the sixth day of Navratri, a day of Goddess Katyani. Feeling honored really. Wishing you both and all members of When India a very happy and joyful Navratri and Durga Utsav. I'm Ranjana Patnaik here, a wife, a mother, a friend, a guide, and a budding entrepreneur, founder of my brand of handmade fashion jewelry called Elanta. Today, I want to thank When India and especially you two, Vandita and Sejal, for the support and help you are extending to women entrepreneurs and helping them empower themselves and grow better through your various schemes and guidances and so many options and trainings. Thank you so much. I also want to take the opportunity to thank When India for believing in my abilities and performance as a designer and honoring me with When India Award 2022 under Art and Craft category. It was a great source of inspiration for me. Thank you again. Thank you so much.
Yes, so Ranjana, a big question to you. What inspired you to take a decision to leave your job?
Well, I was fortunate to have worked in a large corporate of an international brand, having multinational standing all over the world in the banking sector, and I've worked for quite a long time, and which has really given me a lot of exposure in life in terms of learning. So I have been exposed to commerce, to banking, to finance, and the work ethics and overall, it was a great atmosphere to work in. So with a good financial support. So I must thank my stars and God Almighty for giving me that opportunity. However, over a period of time, this is human nature. Probably, somewhere it came into me that I was not feeling very satisfied about what I was doing. And I kept thinking that probably this is not the place for me. And there was a feeling of deprivation. And so, I felt that I'm not reaching the exact place where I should be. So that there was some kind of, negative mindset which had creeped into me that I wanted to do something else apart from what I was doing. So that kept me, troubled throughout. And it so happened that at one point in time, the company, the organization wanted to downsize due to global recession and other things. So they want to reshuffle the entire pool. So they gave an open offer to everybody for an early separation with a good compensation package. And that's when I gave up my job, thinking that, if I get myself free from this, only then I can think of doing something else. So along with the job, it was not possible. So that's the opportunity I took, and I thought I would get into something else. So I got over my job. And after that, I took a break of about 2 years. And that's when I started thinking that what next? What suits me better? What will make me more happy and satisfied about what I'm doing? And there were two fields that I was always very inclined on. One was psychology, and other was human psychology, and other was art and craft. So human psychology, I did my studies, I did a few courses and all that, but probably that was again something that was not too suitable because I was getting a little emotionally disturbed getting into this field. So I was counseling and all that. So I was hit by people's difficult, situation they were facing, and I would think of counseling them was something which was not going along with me. So then I said, no, probably this is not my cup of tea. And always, all throughout my life, right from my childhood, I had great interest in art and craft. Art was something that always used to stop me. So whether it is whatever form of art, so that's when I thought that I would get into something which has to do with art, and that is when I thought of switching over to a field where I could apply through my creative angle of art and craft.
As you said, art is your favorite. So, but why jewelry only? How do idea of that jewelry came to your mind?
See, that's what I'm saying. When it comes to art, everything I'm a very appreciative of all forms of art. And since I take interest in fashion, I would always follow the trends of, clothings, fashion accessories, which would be, obviously for women, it is purse, shoes, and jewelry. So since I wanted to do something on my own, hand create things, so probably jewelry was the most workable field, and that's why I started on jewelry. And I had great interest in jewelry. When I was working, I would always, spend time buying, going to the market and looking for matching jewelries and pick up them, and always think that maybe one day I could also make something like this. So that Kida was always there in me. Somehow, at one point in time, it culminated into the business form.
So, Ranjana, I will say that being in business, all three of us are in business, and we always feel that there should be some group where we can get connected so we can meet some ladies and we can maybe we can understand each other's problem or something like that. So, when we talk about women organizations or women groups, what kind of support do you think ladies who are into business should get from them, like emotional, mental, business support? What kind of support should we look from a women organization?
Look, where I am concerned, I won't look for any emotional support or any kind of emotional support. I wouldn't expect it from any woman organization. However, if there is any support that I can take and benefit myself in terms of business, developing the business, going, doing, getting some guidance. So that kind of support I would definitely expect from the women organizations who are encouraging women entrepreneurship in the present time. So that way, emotional support, I don't expect anything. I think that is an area which should be taken care at the family level and personal level. So women organization who are in business and want to have a network of women entrepreneurs, from them the only expectation is in terms of business. So they can have programs that can make the entrepreneurs understand better their situation, market situation, and get guidance in whatever forms it is possible. So that I would expect.
Okay. So where do you draw your inspiration from your jewel designs?
Actually, as I
I
said,
will be
since
very
I'm
interested in that answer because I have seen your designs.
Yes.
Different from others.
Actually, see, as I said, my mind, my faculty works better when it comes to creativity. So I keep thinking, I do keep doing my research, and I, set standards for myself, and I try to bring out the best. And I want the other thing, the element that I want to include in my, jewelries is that it should be different from what is there amply available in the market. So that touch I want to give, and that's the reason I think I try to bring out the best possible designs.
When it comes to creativity, it's very valuable, and people don't understand the value. So it becomes a challenge when people are into unique kind of jewelry making. It becomes a challenge for them to make the customer understand why the pricing are so. So, what other challenges do you think unique jewelry making business faces?
See, there are quite a few challenges in business, whether it is any business for that matter, whether it is Birla, Ambani, or Tata's. or a small micro business making papads, everybody has challenges in business. So when it comes to, and the challenges are different for different industry, different segments of business. So one constant challenge I feel is marketing for any and every type of business. So, and for me, in our case, where it is handmade, that itself is a challenge, because the value or the understanding of handmade or the importance of handmade stuff is still to penetrate into people, and mostly it is the mob mentality or the crowd mentality that works. The jewelry which is amply available in the market is what people go and pick up, but to appreciate it from from art angle, from being unique, different from everybody, that needs a different mindset actually, and that is yet to come into people. And I guess that is something which will always, that gap will always be there, because this is something which is at individual level. Those who have interest for handmade stuff and understand the efforts behind handmade will always appreciate handmade jewelry. So that is definitely a big challenge, and that to be beside an industry which is so badly saturated, and be beside the machine made jewelry which is plentifully available, and also keep running along with that, uh, and keep doing business, is a great challenge for me. And the other challenges that I do face is, marketing is definitely one thing, and along with marketing, it is the visibility which matters. So if you're visible in the market, then probably the appreciation of handmade jewelry also comes in. That kicks in automatically. So visibility and marketing is the most difficult challenges that I face. These are the ones which I face. I think these are enough to tackle with. And there are certain challenges in terms of in creating part. There are certain challenges when which one faces, but then those are not that conspicuous. That can be dealt with. In my case, since I use my USP is using different material for making the jewelries. I use resin, I use, what is that called? Polymer clay and fox leather, variety of beads, copper wire. So these are the ones which are not much available in the market. So working with those type of raw materials, source materials, it does sometimes create a little bit of challenge, because you need certain environment. Like in resin, it has some vapors which can hit you. So one has to take the due care to not get affected health wise. So one has to use mask and all that when while working with resin. And sometimes for certain jewelries, one needs to use the heat gun. So within the workspace, a table space which I do at home, within that, using that liquid gas, and to use the torch, those are certain vulnerable areas. However, those are not very big issues, not very big challenges, but they are, in some form they are. And if it comes to a volume order to be handled, then yes, this would definitely become a little conspicuous. So that way it is a challenge. That's all.
So also, how you got to know about these different materials, and how you started this much variety like that? So out of your interest.
Actually, yeah, interest, and also because the element of being different always kept biting me. So I wanted to do something which was different, which was not always available, plentifully available before you. So, and since it was handmade, I wanted to bring that element of attraction and be away from the madding crowd. So that was the reason I did my research, and I saw that there are so many other ways of making jewelry. So initially, when I started, I used to only do with beads. So I had named my company as Simply Beads. And then I realized that Simply Beads will not take me long. So, I mean, take me very far. So I wanted to divert to other, materials also. So then I slowly changed my name and I finally got into the name of Elanta, which means being artistic. So it's a Scottish word. So I wanted to work in terms of being artistic with different mediums.
I like to add here that if I talk about past 10 to 15 years, it's hardly I have bought any jewelry or earring which was available in the mall or any shop or anything. Whatever collection I have, that is generally picked up from some lady who has made it. And I have got some
I see.
unique collections. I have got something in clay which looks like ice cream, something like I picked up one of yours which looks like a leaf, and it's beautiful collection, very unique. And I always say that if anybody wants to look unique in their dress up, then you should go and buy some
Yes.
unique jewelries made by handmade jewelries.
True, very true. Because in the handmade jewelry, the element of personal touch is there in every piece.
Yes.
So that itself makes the entire.
And we can get it done according to our dress. Whether it's a
course.
Western dress, it's an Indian dress, it's a sari, it's a suit, everything can be done through that.
Absolutely. Customization is very much possible. And since it's handmade, so, I mean, you can move your fingers and do accordingly, whatever a customer wants it. Or as per the taste, it can be done. And in fact, that is one of my, sale points. I always encourage people to come to me with their suggestions. And I've done many like that, actually, as per the designs they wanted, the color they wanted. And, at one point of time, I remember somebody coming, giving me a design and was asking, please do this. So after thinking for some time, I said, I'm sorry, I probably cannot bring this out. But she just pressured, she said, no, try it and see if you can do it. So I said, okay, give me some time. I will look into it. And I tried it. Actually, it came out. And it came out so well that she herself didn't believe that, it could have given that kind of a look. So that way, yes, customization is, and it gives immense pleasure, satisfaction when you are creative. So that's, in fact, the entire source of inspiration for me. I don't need anybody to, encourage, inspire me as a role model. It's myself in, creativity, which keeps pushing me and, brings out. And since I set standard for myself, what next?
That's
Yes.
great to hear that.
True.
That's amazing. Yes. So, what advice would you give to aspiring jewelry designers
Thank
who
you.
want to start the biz from home?
Jewelry designing from home, I wouldn't like to be so specific about it. In fact, I am not that mature to give advice to anybody. I'm still learning. So I'm still a baby when it comes to this field. So, and there's a long way to go. But then generally, I can say certain, advices, which, suggestions, I would say, not advice at all, suggestions that can help people is, when it comes to starting a business, one should have proper market research and a roadmap before you, and understand the market trends, best practices, and have a proper infrastructure to, do the work, and integrity and ability to invest. So these are the basic things which should be there when it comes to starting a business. And coming to specific jewelry designing, again, it is that element of interest and enthusiasm and being innovative has to be there in the person concerned, whoever is doing it. So apart from that, I think one should be very open-minded to learn for every business. See, when it comes to this jewelry business also, I keep looking at different websites, different articles, blogs I read, so that, I can educate myself further. I can understand what is the people's need, what people want, and accordingly work. So that way one should be open and also be open about taking criticism. If appreciation comes in and you feel very happy, criticism also should be taken very gracefully. And that should be the pedestal to, convert it in your benefit. to pedestal to start doing something which is going wrong and correct it and do something better. So that way it should help and not turn you off saying that this is something which is not correct. So one should be very open to that, and we should try to understand the customer's needs. All entrepreneurs should be able to understand that and focus on that, and just not, okay, I'm in the business, I'm doing this and I'm doing this and I continue doing this. That should not be the approach. Also, one should give the mind to think that what is the actual need of the customer, what they're looking at, what kind of, and when it comes to designing, well, maybe, you will have to make things and present it and see what is the response like. So if the response is cold, then probably you'll have to change the designs. So that's how you'll have to keep, being innovative about what you're doing. And I think one other thing which is very important, whether it is, sitting at home, I mean, not sitting at home, doing it from home or anywhere, you should have a small team, even if it is, a team of, say, 2 to 3 people. In a business, when 2, 3 minds come together, the output is always better. So, doing it singly does not take you far. So having 2 to 3 minds beside you who have different perspectives, different way of looking at things, definitely boosts or brings in so much of, space for further thinking and come out with different products. So and refine the products in terms of everything, whether the quality or the design or the strategies, everything put together. So if there are 2, 3 people in in the team, it is definitely more helpful, and that always boosts the business. And lastly, I think in business, whether it is from home or having a proper, factory or industry or whatever you call it, you need to always have some spend allocation. So should be prepared to invest and spend. And spending on self-learning is also very important. So this is all I would suggest as in business is very important.
Very nice points you have mentioned. Ranjana, I'll just request you to tell your website name as well, where people can go and check your collection and buy them.
Yes.
Yeah, it is www.elanta, EALANTA, store.in. So again, I'm repeating, www.elantastore.in is my website. So one can go there and have a look at the designs.
Sure, we will provide that link below the video as well.
Yeah,
thank you so much. That would be great.
So, Ranjana ji, can you tell us, like, so many ladies have allergy, like imitation jewelry, or they will not buy jewelry because of that. They will get the allergy of the imitation. Only they will wear the gold jewelry only. So for that, do you have any solution or any technique about this? Like they will buy from you, or they will buy from the Elanta store.
Well, there is a chemical that I use that has a dual purpose from utility point of view. It retains the color. That is, if it's silver for a longer time, it remains silver. It remains the texture and the color of the jewelry remains for a longer time. And since it's a coating, when it is in contact on the jewelry, if it is put and the jewelry is in contact with the skin, it doesn't react to the skin. So that is something that I do apply to certain, jewelries of mine. So that, and that is a chemical which I have, got from USA. In India, there is nothing much that is available on this front. So during my research, I got this information. So I had requested, my friend to bring it for me. So and I use that. As of now, I do use that to cover the direct contact with the skin doesn't happen. So that way it helps the skin allergy not to come.
Oh, wow. That's great. That's new thing. And we came to know that it's like a solution it will come, and then more ladies will be interested in the buying the imitation jewelry,
Yeah, so
handmade
that is
jewelry.
one reason why we should go and buy at elantastore.in.
Yes, yes.
Yes, of course. Thank you so much.
Okay.
You will definitely like the jewelry. End of the day, whether it is design, the quality, and everything, I try to get the best. So please, you're most welcome. And please feel free to give me your designs. I will try to work it out for you.
Thank you, Ranjana, and thank you so much, audience. So once again, we wish you a very happy Navratri. We will back tomorrow. Thank you, Ranjana, once again.
Thank you, and have a great Navratri. Enjoy yourself, and have a great time. Thank you so much, and thank you for having me here, Sejal and Vandita, and giving me the opportunity to speak. Thank you so much.